What is going on, my beautiful Pisceans, and welcome to your February 2020 video for your astrology and your tarot reading. I hope you guys are doing well. So I am so excited for you guys this month, and I will go into all the deets on why, but this month, I just love this month for you, including March. Both February and March are going to be there's going to be some tests along the way because we are going to have that Mercury retrograde in your sign, but it is washing things away. And that's what I'm feeling, like just this sense of washing, like just this sense of releasing, this sense of just letting go and really becoming your true you, like really becoming your authentic self, really stepping in to who you are and not being afraid to assert yourself, not being afraid to be direct with people. And that is what I'm seeing in the astrology and in the oracle cards so far. And we are going to draw more tarot cards as well, but let's go ahead and get into it. So Pisces, it's like I just cannot. You guys are really taking back your confidence. And to do that, there may be a little bit of conflict. I'm not going to lie to you. There is probably going to be some instances that really show you where you haven't been fully aligned with how you feel or who you are or what you want, or saying yes to things that you want to say no to, or saying no to things that you've really wanted to say yes to, and just situations like that. Now, we are in Aquarius season right now, and this is the sign right before yours. So as always, like I always say, when the sun is going through the sign right before yours, this can tend to bring on an energy of rejuvenation, of releasing, of just really resting and really retreating in a way, reflecting and going within and kind of getting out of the spotlight for a little bit to focus on you. So a lot of times what can happen is people can get sick, or you could come down with like some kind of virus or something, and you could have to like kind of be with yourself for a couple days or a week or two. And this normally happens when we're dealing with the sign right before yours, because it is that 12th house space if you're a Pisces rising. But even if you're a Pisces sun, you can still kind of feel that shadow of the sun, of the sign right before yours. So Aquarius for you guys is about a lot of letting go, a lot of healing. Whoops. A lot of reflection, a lot of seeing where it's time to let go of things, where old things from the past have been holding you back, or where you have fears that have been holding you back, insecurities. But this is also a place of connecting with higher realms. Okay, and you could find this month that some old connections, ideas, or visions come back from the past as well, in order for you to let them wash away, in order for you to release them. So Mercury, after the first few days of February, is going to be moving into your first house space, so your sign, and this is also where it's going to retrograde as well. So the first couple weeks of February are going to be very important for you, Pisces, because you're going to get a little bit of a preview of what's going to come mid-February around the 16th when Mercury goes retrograde. So it's really important to pay attention those first couple weeks of February. But Mercury in your sign is like all about you. You know, your skills, the way that you communicate, the way that you express yourself, your appearance, your identity, what you identify as, what you relate to, what you resonate as, the way that you think about things, and the way that you communicate, really. You know, it's all about you, and it's rewiring your logic and things that maybe you haven't spoken up about, that it's kind of time to speak up about in some way, shape, or form. Then also Venus has been in your sign, but it will be moving out around like the first week of February and into your second house. So once Venus moves into your second house, sorry, I'm just looking at my notes here because I was getting a lot for you guys. But once Venus moves into your second house, you're really going to be feeling really determined to be creative, really asserting your beauty, asserting your feminine energy, not being scared to be more confident in yourself, and working on the places where you don't feel confident with Mercury in your sign. You know, so you're going to be feeling super creative. You're going to be wanting to express your creative gifts, express your imagination. Logic has no place with Mercury and Pisces. There's no logic to it. It's all about feeling, right? So, and that is what you're going to be feeling, you know. And also it could bring money from talents or gifts that you have, or your imagination, or asserting your beauty in some way. And I do see some kind of like money with connections this month. So gaining money from certain connections that you make or that you have this month. So it's going to be very interesting. And look at that. The bottom of the deck, we do have the Four of Swords. So this really is like a month of rejuvenation, of resting, healing, and being with yourself, and like strengthening that connection with yourself. So let's go ahead and start going over the cards, and we'll come back to your astrology and why I think this month is just so badass, and why the cards fit perfectly with your astrology. So the 3 oracle cards that we have from the Threads of Fate oracle deck are, we have Reflect, we have Underworld, and we have Reclaim. Like, just really freaking beautiful energy. Like, I mean, it's just all that and a bag of chips, you know? Okay, so then moving over here, we have the earth element. So definitely doing a lot of stuff in the physical realm. I really feel like you're planting seeds with faith here because of the roots in these cards. And it's just very, very earthy. You know, you're making connections, physical connections. You are working in the earthly realm. You are bringing creativity into the earthly realm. Possibly working a lot or working on your skills with something. And then we also have the self and conflict. And then we also have imagination, be brave, and stay wild. And this just is so beautiful. So you are going to see some things this month about yourself, Pisces, and some things that are causing conflict in your life. Like I said, I'm not going to lie to you, and I'm not a bullshit twin flames, unicorns, love and light tarot reader. That's just not me. But you are going to see some things about yourself that you couldn't necessarily see before. And Mercury is going to help you with that. The sun in your 12th is going to help you with that. And then once it moves into your 1st, it's going to help you even more with that. Just this whole month is going to really help you see underneath the surface, and going to help you see where, you know, you have been holding yourself back, where you have power but haven't been wanting to use it, and where you've had conflicts with other people that maybe just don't see you for who you really are. I honestly get this sense like you're tired of not being seen. You're tired of being ignored. You're tired of feeling invisible to people. You're tired of people not listening to you. And this month is like where you take the power back. The 2 major arcana cards that we got to describe your overall energy for the month is the High Priestess and the Fool. Okay, so this is very much so about trusting your own inner wisdom, trusting your intuition, having faith enough in the universe to jump into something, to take a big risk, and to put yourself out there, to put yourself in the light and demand attention, to literally reclaim your power. Because with the underworld, I forgot to go over these cards, I just said what they were, but with Reflect in the underworld, this is really reflecting on kind of what I was saying before, these conflicts that you have in yourself, these 2 different versions that you have of yourself. One is like, yes, Pisces, like, let's go do this shit, like, you're a badass, you can create anything, your imagination is beautiful, like, your visions, your creativity, everything is beautiful, let's do this. But then you have this other part of yourself that's like, no one listens to me, like, I'm not good enough, or, you know, what if they don't accept me, or what if, right? And so that is kind of what I see here with Reflect and Underworld. Like, you felt like your hands are tied, and, you know, Mercury in your sign is going to give you a really close-up view of where your hands are tied, where the restriction is happening, and why only you can claim your throne and pull yourself out of it, okay? Why it is that only you can put yourself into the spotlight. Why it is that only you have to trust, because both of these cards are about trust in their own way. And that's been coming up a lot for the other signs as well, just the topic of trust, but in different areas. So that's very interesting. But there is a level of trust here that I feel like you're going to be asked to have in February. And I feel like there's a level of trust that you have to find within yourself. Do you trust yourself? And if not, why don't you trust yourself? Because you're holding yourself back from something that your soul, your spirit really wants to do. Like, are you holding yourself back from doing something that really makes you happy in order to please others? And so that's kind of where it's coming out this month. Like, your confidence, like, it is time to tap into your confidence, and Venus and Aries is really going to help you with that, okay? I mean, this is like a beautiful time. I think you guys are going to learn and grow so much from these next few months. So be prepared, get ready. If you have any like big things like contracts or legal agreements or big decisions to make, I would at least make them before February 16th. The sooner the better. That way, when Mercury retrograde happens, you don't have to possibly go back and revisit it. But you will be going back and revisiting something from the past either way, because that's what Mercury does, okay? And your sign is very connected to other realms. It is very connected to the in-between of realms, the in-between of the past and, you know, the future and the present and different realities and dimensions and all of that. So you will definitely be having some stuff come up that you are going to finally be able to see clearly, and that you are going to finally be able to do something with, okay? And so before we get into the rest of the tarot cards, let's go over a little bit more of your astrology. So Mars is going to be in your 11th house of social circles, social groups, social events, getting out into the world, friends, connections that you have with other people. And so I really think that this is going to give you the courage and the strength to start being direct about what it is that you truly want and what it is that you truly desire when it comes to other people, or when it comes to friends or social circles or whatever. But this is also going to give you the focus and the ability to basically be able to negotiate with other people, to make connections with other people. It's going to help you be very direct with other people, okay? And if you find that somebody in your friend circle or somebody in your social life is being kind of that way with you, or being kind of dominant with you, this is because this conflict is going to provoke you to bring your confidence to the table and to stand up for yourself and to be direct, okay? So that's very, very important that you realize that. But this is also going to be exploring new connections to possibly make money. So marketing, social media avenues, and things of that nature. I could definitely see the social media avenues thing for you guys this month, or just learning new skills in some way. So yeah, I think Mercury retrograde in your sign, which happens on the 16th, the same day that Mars goes into your 11th house, is really going to teach you where your boundaries are when it comes to not speaking up, okay? And it's going to teach you where, you know, boundaries that have kind of been walked all over or ignored within yourself, those are going to come up for you to kind of take another look at. And this is going to help you learn new skills, learn new things, learn new ways of expressing yourself, looking at yourself and how you express yourself, and really owning your own individuality and owning a new sense of identity. This is like, this month is where you're really going to feel that whole energy of like new year, new me. Like, you really will feel that this month. Not that that's true for everybody, but it is true for you. Like, these next couple of months, it's like a whole rebirth of Pisces, and it's just beautiful. So anyways, on the 9th, we are going to have a full moon in Leo, okay? So this is your 6th house area. So this is going to be some kind of shift, ending, or culmination point when it comes to your day-to-day life, your work routines, your health, small animals, okay? Something along those lines where you feel not seen, okay? Or you feel not noticed for something. And I feel like this is going to be a huge shift point for you. This full moon energy is going to create part of that shifting point for you, where your day-to-day environments or your work environments or these day-to-day things, your day-to-day schedules, where you feel like you're not being passionate about what you do, what you're doing, where you feel like you're not releasing your passion, where you feel like you're not bringing creativity and self-expression into your day-to-day life. Okay, where can you bring more of that like energetic life energy? Where can you bring life into your day-to-day life and into your schedules and your workplace and your environment and your day-to-day routines and in your health even, you know? So this could be some dramatic stuff that happens. There could be a little bit of like a dramatic like incident or issue that happens with like employees or clients or just, you know, people that you work with in some way, where this once again forces you to rise and forces you to reclaim your creativity, to reclaim that fuel and that passion and those gifts and talents inside of you, to bring them to the surface. Okay, so I really do see that for you guys. And it's also going to bring up where you may feel like you've become the server instead of anyone serving you. And so this is once again tapping into that confidence energy and really bringing up things to light that you may have suppressed, to do with, once again, your day-to-day routines, your workplace, your environment, and things of that nature. So other than that, this full moon could also bring up some suppressed traits or characteristics of your identity that you've been pushing down to please other people in order to make other people happy. And so this full moon could bring up those traits again. So if you're super creative and you really like to paint or something, but you've been really pushing that down, you know, because at work you're not like seen for it, or your friends don't really notice it, or whatever, this is going to come back up and rise again. Okay, so anyways, then we also have a new moon on the 23rd in your sign. Okay, and this is going to be just powerful new beginnings for you. And this is where I really think you're going to start feeling that energy of like, this is like a whole new me, this is like a whole new time, like, you know, it's almost like a blank canvas, you know what I mean? And you're like, wow. And you just have so much confidence and enthusiasm and drive, because this new moon is going to be making aspects to Mars and Uranus. And so just really beautiful energy. And it's going to bring out that unique, unconventional sense of rebellious side of you, where you're going to be like, you know what, I'm going to own my own individuality, no matter how quirky, no matter how weird, no matter how different, I'm going to own this, you know what I mean? So you're going to be feeling very creative and innovative around this time as well. So that is basically what I have for you guys on my notes that I took for the astrology for the month. So let's finish going over your tarot cards. It really is like a beautiful month, Pisces. So like I said, there will be some conflict, there will be some facing of fears that needs to happen, but it is so beautiful once it's all said and done. So the first card that you guys have is the Seven of Wands. So definitely having to rise above a situation. Okay, there's a situation I feel going on with friends, co-workers, other people, a few other people with the Three of Cups and the Devil here. There's a social situation, okay? It could be romantic, okay? And it could be very tempting, but there's something that you're going to have to trust yourself on and really rise above, okay? You could feel like people are trying to tempt you, like they're trying to talk you into doing something, I feel like, in the beginning of the month, or you're being tempted to do something. And if you do it, I feel like some of you are probably going to do it, honestly. I don't think you're going to be very happy about it, because we have the Nine of Swords here afterwards. So this does look like something that you end up regretting. But whatever it is, like I've been saying, it's going to help you rise into your confidence, because we do have the King of Wands here. So yes, this could be a fire sign in your life, or just a masculine energy of someone that is very confident and very not afraid of their confidence, you know, kind of dominant. And that could be the case too. But I kind of feel like you are kind of seeing where you've been a little bit too unrealistic, where you've been a little bit too dreamy or imaginative, and that is fine. That is like your gift. But I do feel like something this month is going to somewhat like take the rose-colored glasses off for you, so you can see clearly, okay? Because there's someone that you really had this vision about, where you really had this dream about, and I feel like you gave it your all, okay? Like you really gave it your all, and it's really tempting, and then you're like, oh my God, why did I do that? You know what I mean? But this is happening to restore balance, because technically the moon is your card in the tarot. So, and then we also have temperance. So this is happening to restore balance. This is happening to help you face your fears, to help you face your shadows, and to really help you come back to balance. You know what I mean? Come back to understanding who you are, coming back to being able to feel and be emotional and not be scared of your emotions, to release your emotions. You know what I mean? Not to shove them down, but to release. It is really coming back into harmony. It is really showing you the bigger picture. Temperance is also about faith. You know what I mean? So this is really about having faith in yourself, having faith in your creativity, having faith in your future, like where you're going from here. So I really do feel like that for you guys. But yeah, I do feel here like your intuition is possibly trying to tell you something. And we do have the High Priestess as the general energy for the month, and the Fool. So it's like, it's almost like you're supposed to take the risk. It's almost like you're supposed to jump into something to understand, you know, how it's not for you. Okay, so there may be some fears that some of you are having to address when it comes to a social situation or friends. There may be, and you may be feeling a little bit lonely or suppressed throughout the month with that like sun in the sign right before yours, like I've said before. So you may be feeling a little bit suppressed or a little bit secluded, and that's completely normal. We have the Four of Swords. Don't work yourself too hard. Okay, rest and work on creative projects, work on learning new skills, work on, you know, getting more experience with the skills that you do have, work on creative ideas, your vision for where you want to go, what you want to do. It does look like, unfortunately though, Pisces, there will be a little bit of conflict when it comes to relationships, whether it's romantic, friends, or other. There is a little bit of conflict that some of you guys are going to have to deal with in this month. But once again, like I said, it is really helping you to identify yourself. Okay, it is really helping you to show you where you need to start asserting yourself, where you need to reclaim your power, where you need to not be so trusting of other people, because it's okay to trust, but first you have to trust in yourself. And if you keep going against your intuition, if you keep going against that gut feeling of like, I know I shouldn't do this, but I want to because I really want connection, or I don't want to feel alone, or they seem really nice, like, but something's telling me not to, like, you need to go with that gut feeling. You need to trust your intuition. You need to trust your psychic gifts and your feelings, okay? I'm really, really getting that for you guys. So anyways, I love you guys, Pisces. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hopefully it resonated. Definitely let me know down below, and I will see you guys in my other videos. Bye.